Unique. That's why you and I love gaming. Love gaming. Unique. Welcome back. I forgot what I was doing. I should play these things more often than once or twice a week. So my side quest now leads me to the same place as my main quest. Talk to Reed Thompson. Buttons. Oh, that's an elevator? That makes so much sense. Let's go.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking.
Yeah, keep talking.
Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
What are you filling it with? Let me ask you.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
She literally told you I was here. I'll wait until you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
Oh, that was a row? Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect.
I forgot. Forgot about that. Forgot I was wearing that. Uniform? What are you talking about?
Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
I think you might have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
I don't plan on staying long.
I understand. Your business is your own. Nonetheless, you are welcome in our little outpost. Outsiders are a rare sight in the Vale. If you are a freelancer, then I have use for you. There is pay to be earned or supplies to tide you over, as you prefer.
You're pretty quick to trust me.
Trust, I have learned, is reciprocal. I offer my trust in good faith. and hope that you will do the same. There's an old botanical lab, mostly abandoned now, but still eating up power from our plant, power which our cannery sorely needs. I need you to go to the geothermal plant and reroute power from the botanical lab over to us. Simple as that.
Tell me about this geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant was built by our owners, Spacer's Choice. Lit up the whole Vale once upon a time. Most of the Vale is now abandoned. All that power is going to waste.
I know for a fact there's people living there. And you want all that power going to your cannery. Can't you send one of your own people to the plant? You said this botanical lab was mostly abandoned. What did you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Tell me what I need to do. What a surprise I would never have guessed. I know the place with the greenhouse, right? I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power. You mean marauders? Marauders aren't people. I know the place with the greenhouse, right?
That's right, you've been there. Good. That gives me hope. I have nothing against Adelaide and her followers, you see. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Oh, snap. He's gonna make me... He's gonna tell me to get him back. Shit. Why? If you want me to solve your deserter problem, I charge it by the head. Why? Why do you want them back? Why do you need them to come home?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame those workers for walking out.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Oh God, this is placing me squarely in the middle of this conflict. I've seen these deserters.
You spoke with them? Are they keeping well?
Well enough for a bunch of people surviving out in the wild. You should go see for yourself.
Believe me, I have tried. Law knows I have tried, but they will not have audience with me. Nonetheless, they did speak to you, or at the very least, refrained from opening fire on you. That is reason enough for hope.
All right, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure. I could use a company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. Recruited a companion. Companions. You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. That's good. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Okay. Learn more about your companions in the companion ledger. Companion perks. Your companion has leveled up and can be granted a new perk. Go to the companion page in your ledger and select the perk button to see the available perks. Okay. Some people may require completing other quests before they will assist you. You can check your quest log, blah blah blah. Parvati can now join the party. Wait, she hasn't joined the party? She's on the screen. Now what about that side mission, bro? Find a power regulator. Still doing that. The unreliable power regulator with damage beyond repair must be replaced. Ada suggested you seek help in the nearby settlement of Edgewater. Talk to whoever owns the town. You've learned that a man named Reed Thompson is in charge of Edgewater. He might be able to help you find the part you need to fix the ship. Yes, okay. Reed asks you to deliver a message to Adelaide and her deserters. Come back to town because he's cutting off their power. Adelaide and her people are camped out in the botanical lab north of Edgewater. Retrieve a logic module. The geothermal plant in the northwest portion of the region has been taken over by automechanicals. Ludwig wants you to infiltrate the plant and retrieve a logic module from one of the automechanicals there. Thomas said he knows that at least the volume of the set, yeah, 3 volumes. Comes now the power. Let's go see. Oh, Parvati's in there. Okay. This companion ledger shows you everything you need to know about your companions. You can see their skills, stats, status effect, and gear. Change your companion's gear. First select the item you want to swap out, then choose a compatible item to replace it with. You can also change how they behave in combat by selecting their preferred weapon, follow distance, and aggressiveness. Fallout for the win. That's a great looking hammer. And it's a great looking pistol. I mean, I think you're good. But now, I don't know, maybe a stronger gun. I can give you an assault rifle. Do you have your own bullets? I'll give you a machine gun. I'll give you a machine gun. How do I select it, bro? Oh, I did select it. Cool story. Might be a little too big of a weapon. Let's go for an assault rifle. That's better. Let's talk.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
We better clear out of his office before we talk. Yeah, I wonder what that implies. Mr. Thompson seems like a regular corporate freak. Wait, what?
Heading back.
No, don't head back.
On my way.
Okay, this is weird.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
I'm looking for a power regulator.
I can't just give you the cannery's regulator. The botanical lab's got one, though, ripe for the picking, provided you shut off their power first.
I'll be back.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
I wonder what you have to say about dear old Mr. Thompson. And I also wonder what these things mean.
I'm going. Sure. We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Something on their mind. When you see a thought bubble above their head, try talking
Let's
to
talk
them.
when you're free.
I'm free.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it? Figures. Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul. What he said seemed pretty straightforward to me. If I wanted to deal with nuance, I wouldn't be this heavily armed. Let's move. Figures. Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Before they left? Interesting. I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues. How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them, you were friends, or what? So you know Adelaide? I'm sure the deserters are very fine people, so what? How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them, you were friends, or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
Oh, you're an actual technician and they can use one over there. I get it. I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
The town's vicar, or this town's vicar? I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by. What do we need to talk to the vicar about? Flipping a switch in your power mill? Where would I find him? What do we need to talk to the vicar about? Flipping a switch in your power mill?
About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by. Where would I find him?
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Yeah, we got lots of decisions in this game, I'm sure. So are you following? If I run, do you run? Yeah, okay, cool. I suppose we could go see the vicar. On the east side of town. Is this a church-like building?
Got it.
So what now? Are you holding back now? I don't get it.
Yep, be right over.
Be right over.
Coming.
I don't understand controls, the commands. I haven't seen this building.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Too clean. This seems like a grand old puzzle. Hello.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Verity. Ah, the Cube of Magnificence. And the Skull of Thoughtfulness. Ah, the Sphere of Derpiness? I'm sorry.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
I hate that talk weapon button thing. I gotta keep saying it as long as they don't fix it. Vicar Max. Hello. How are you?
And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
I've already wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do. I found Adelaide been digging up courses to improve the soil. How did you know I'm an outsider? What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here? I just thought of something else I need to be doing. Alright. How did you know I'm an outsider? 'Cause you look like it?
I've never seen you before. And there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer.
Oh.
Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here, except for Ms. Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
There's more to it all than numbers? Maybe it's because you're so dismissive. Quite inappropriate for a vicar, isn't it? I'm a bit surprised to hear you dismiss your parishioners so casually. Yeah, maybe it's because you're so dismissive. Quite inappropriate for a vicar, isn't it?
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply
Something
bemoaning
could be
the
further from the truth.
level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Isn't it your job to raise that? It's gotta be tough. Sounds like you're terrible at your job, Vicar. Sounds like you're terrible at your job, Vicar.
No, I am not. Though there is something to your accusation. It is wrong for me to succumb to distress. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
Arbeit macht frei? Crazy motherfucker. I was actually asking what your religion was all about. Seriously, that's what you're selling here? Seriously, that's what you're selling here?
Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it.
It's a
I'm sorry you don't
figure
find
of
these
speech.
tried and true words of wisdom to your liking.
Ooh, sounds angry. All you've got are platitudes about enjoying your work. All you got is platitudes about enjoying your work? Have you looked around here lately?
Have you? These people need something, anything they can grasp to survive. Delving into the metaphysical minutiae of the grand plan would be nonsense to them, if not worse. My apologies. The townsfolk are having a tough time of it, and it's been difficult for me to enrich their lives. They are good people. It is just... difficult to reach them.
I found Adelaide's been digging up corpses to improve the soil. Yeah, I found Adelaide's been digging up corpses to improve the soil. What do you think of that?
From our own graveyard, just outside the gates. And Silas had not even an inkling. What do they pay the man for?
He spends all day digging graves, Vicar. Sir. Sometimes he's got to sleep.
Yes, of course. My reaction was unreasonable.
Is what she told me true? That the soil's sour and you can't raise crops?
Flowers grow well enough, and creeping ivies, and the fuzzies that grow on rocks, but we don't eat none of that.
You
It is
don't
my
eat none of
understanding
that.
that none of the local life, plant or animal, is edible. Earth crops are grown in farms, not isolated cannery towns. Once the spark of life is fled, the mortal form is but unanimated matter, comprised of the same elements as the rest of the universe.
I agree with that.
We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead.
Definitely.
While distasteful, I would judge Ms. McDevitt's actions beneficial to the greater good.
I agree. Intellectually, that makes sense, but it still doesn't sit right now. It's fine. Some might be a bit upset after their dead friend or relative is being used as fertilizer. Yeah, like he said, it's for the living. I'm surprised you'd say that. Doesn't it seem disrespectful to you? Some might be a bit upset about their dead friends or relatives being used as fertilizer.
Then I would counsel them to work through their emotions and assess the matter rationally. Animals are ruled by their hearts. Humans were gifted with intellect for a purpose.
Parvati wants to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to
Yeah?
speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Huh? What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond the walls. I can't even say that? That's fucked up. So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible? I spoke to the deserters. They have some disagreement about the town's leadership. Right, just talk everybody into coming together. I'll keep that in mind. Sounds like I've got my work cut out for me. Thanks for your time. This has been a waste of time. Let's go, Parvati. It has been a waste of time, hasn't it? I guess that's the point. Get everybody together and convince the deserters to return to the fold. I spoke to the deserters. They have some disagreement about the town's leadership.
No doubt. But order is the nature of our universe. Some lead, others must follow. You might as well complain about the gravity being too high. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I've been outside. I'm not impressed, and I can handle myself better than a vicar. Ooh. And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
A handsome sum, you say? Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book? I assume you'll want to burn it once you get your hands on it. All very fascinating, I'm sure, but I've got to be going. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
You make a compelling argument. Seems to me the authorities would be interested to hear you're after this contraband text. I'll need to know a little more about this book before I agree to this. Maybe I'll get your book and sell it to someone else. I can do that. I'll need to know a little bit more about this book before I agree to this.
It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'm
It is
so
not only
serial.
a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
I'm not sure if I'll sell it to you, though. Can I sell it to somebody else?
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
I haven't found your book yet.
Please get it.
Oh, I get it. You seem pretty concerned about that book. Care to tell me why?
A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large, though I understand why a collector would desire to possess such a rare book. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written word outside monthly periodicals is virtually unknown here.
I just thought of something else I need to be doing.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
I haven't found your book yet.
Please get it.
Of course, but I had something I wanted to ask you.
What would you like to discuss?
Nothing? What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
Grand Architect, like the Matrix. What does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Fucktards. OSI? Scientism? Not very religious sounding. You sure you didn't just make all this up?
Mock me all you want. I know my beliefs to be true.
How do you talk to this Grand Architect? Prayer, meditation, or what?
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Doesn't sound like a very motivational religious philosophy. What's there to aspire to? So what's your part in all this besides counseling people? Pretty weak religion you got there. Follow a preordained plan? Sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. Fun is not what this is about. Doesn't sound like a very motivational religious philosophy. What's there to aspire to?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past,
yeah.
each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
That seems unlikely. Really? How does that work? Tell me more.
Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding.
What is this, Earth?
Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Who does? You? Are you gonna figure out the path of all the atoms?
They who are not satisfied... You...
So what's your part in all this besides counseling people?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and the future, the past, some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
Yeah, that seems unlikely.
I would love to discuss the finer points of my religion with you. Oh, wait. No, I wouldn't. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Yeah, I gotta go. This was very unproductive. Can we talk?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, huh? I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother. Really? Really? That's retarded. She literally hasn't mentioned anything. You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask about. Yeah, no, I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mom.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's inhuman. You got along pretty well with your dad. You might not have with your mom. What the hell? Is that normal?
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Yikes. You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing. It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. Then why do you want to talk to him? That's kind of true. You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing. But it's an ideal. Not what we live in, but what we strive for.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
It is cold.
Yeah, huh?
We'll talk later. This is such a big puzzle, though, with like underground chambers and... You know, if video games have taught me anything, this is definitely a thing. Hello, resident.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
You're fixed. OSI file. Not sure what that is. I'll take it. This is a creepy building. Yeah. Let's all go to the lobby. Man, Adelaide's not gonna be happy. So you wanna, like, run? Can we take a car? Let's take a car.
Clever.
Thank you. Standard Troop Helmet, Bit Cartridge Corporation Service Award. For years of outstanding service. So that robot thing, though. Where is that? Weird noises. Mostly made by my sword.
On my way. Coming back. I'm going.
Oh, they go where I point. Okay,
Moving out.
that's a good point.
Sure.
And I'll return.
Heading back.
Okay, cool. That's handy. Just not sure how the rest works. Geothermal plants. From the planet to your living room.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Yeah, today's your lucky day. Never mind. Might be your unlucky day. I'm just not gonna walk on that. Hello, snap. Okay, something might have happened here.
Here they come!
The hell, bro? Why were you even doing that? Robots took this place over? That what's going on? Scientists? Everybody's dead, man. Whoa. Bro. It's pretty intricate. What do you think about this, Parvati?
Send this quick!
Ooh, nice shooting. Nice shooting, bro, sis. That was great. That also means I don't get any XP though, so cool it, Jackson. What? Can I? Body armor, helmet. Wait, you have your own perks? You have your own perks. Huh. Healthy, boisterous. Increase the amount of threat this companion generates when attacking, making them more likely to attack this companion. Huh. Sneaky. Decrease the amount of threat this companion generates, enemies making them less likely to attack. Bonus support engineering. Increase your engineering skill when provided in the party. Sure. Chance of looting mods. Damage dealt melee. Increased base armor. Increased damage dealt. No, back. Apply. Behaviors. Oh, this is handy. I can make you melee. Defensive. Far distance. That's cool. I like that. Not that I don't like your aggressive thing, I just want the XP. Or at least some of the XP. Sounds like robots. Oh, there is one. Plasma rifle.
Nice.
Lame. I really want to be able to reassign some buttons. Can't get past that armor. Like at all? That's great. Great use.
That's the last of them.
That's really defensive. I mean, you can do something. Energy cell, armor parts, joint actuator. What is this? Well, I found out what that is. Adrenochrome. Sorry. Oh, is that what I'm having? I'll have what she's having. Let's see what's in here. Spacer's Choice Guard dead. No, I don't like it. Everybody's dying here, man. But for what? What was going on? Should I check the computer? Possibly hack the computer? I guess I gotta hack it. Disarm security fences. Is that a good idea? Does it matter? Sure. Probably not a good idea, but I'll find out later. I'll arm him. No, I'll disarm him. View recent logs. Error. Security logs inaccessible in keeping with Spacer's Choice company policy. All security logs have been terminated in the event of major emergency. Catastrophic event or security breach. Scheduled security updates at the Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on date not found. If you're a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location, please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in an immediate reprimand. That was completely useless. I feel played. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. I should break down way more of these. Why am I holding on to that? Let's go see. Geothermal plants. Deliver reads message. Wait. No. I'm gonna deliver his message. Bruh, that's bullshit. It's because I walk in here, I can't fucking deliver the message? No, fuck off. What bullshit was that? I was seriously messed up. I'm gonna deliver his message. Whether it kills me or not. And it might. Hello, Grace.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
You sure do. I'm not getting 60 frames per second right now.
If you're hungry, keep your wits about you. If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
Something you need?
We'll talk later. Hello, Adelaide.
I'm listening.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery, that's about it. Reed asks you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. Something about coming town or losing power. I wasn't really listening. You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
What will you do without the power, though? Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
A hero to you, maybe. What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I mean, I agree, this place is messed up, but you can't just come into a place and mess everything up, can you? I mean, this is a video game, I guess I can. What do you have against people trying to make a living? Let's say I help you, what happens to Edgewater? I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side. Yeah, that's true.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
What do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I guess you do have a point. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed is just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
All right, I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
When we first talked, you assumed I'd come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
And what's that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the Veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand.
Or I could just be passing through. Save the Veil?
People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both.
I'm just made of sterner stuff. Why are you telling me all this?
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
Maybe it deserves to come to an end. You could always continue your way of life back in town. Reed's making an offer in good faith. You should consider it. You could always continue your way of life back in town.
Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that.
So you're not coming back. Reed's making an offer in good faith. You should consider it.
If you think Reed does anything in good faith, then you are asking to be lied to.
You and Reed obviously have some sort of history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
Chocolate salt tuna. There's obviously more to it than that.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
I guess that's enough. Sounds like the town turned its back on you. I'm guessing Reed has his own side of that story.
I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
Alright, we've talked enough. This is really creepy, actually.
I'm listening.
So they're not gonna be leaving at all.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
Probably not. I'll see you around. So that's why this mission statement part fell away after I entered the power plant. I mean, it's gonna be an entire game like this. They do deserve their way of life. The heck? Leather boa. Genetically altered snakes grown on farms specifically for their skins. Bred to be weak and docile. They often need help shredding their skin. They must be hand-fed meat. And how are you alive? This place is full of dead everything.
Got it. Inside voices.
Inside voices.
Get ready.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Orthrus. It's a named enemy, huh? I mean, I'm mostly just curious what they're doing here. All right, let's go see. Plant workers. Why do you have to kill everybody? Seriously. Why do I have to kill everything? It looks like a window, but it's not. How great is that? Access file 1. I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio's been sputtering, and I need the reference. I returned the copy to the repair bay. Access file 2. Chaos everywhere. Mechanical's gone haywire. Gunfire. Hearing some screams. Oh, law. Oh, law! I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for today. Please deduct delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family. Why did this open automatically? Oh. Hi. Can't hack it. Yeah, we did it. I'm gonna need to change your combat stats a little bit, Parvati. So defensive, aggressive, or passive. I thought defensive meant you did something once you were attacked. Oh, it says so. Passive only attacks targets the companion has been explicitly told to. Oh. Defensive, once told to attack a target, the companion continues to fight until combat is over. Aggressive, always engage in attacks. I mean, go aggressive melee, that's fine.
The control room should be ahead somewhere and a touch to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing. Easy.
I guess. Unlock office door. Messages. From Spacer's Choice. Mr. Braden, this letter serves as an informal notification of our company's displeasure towards your management of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant, for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. The Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right, but a privilege. Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant. From Jay Braden. Subject: no need for a reprimand. To the esteemed members of the Emerald Vale Development and Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I have identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing canning departments, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable. The Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. From Spacer's Choice. Response: no need for reprimand. Mr. Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emerald Vale region. Our offices agree with you. Agriculture and fishing canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant remains somewhat profitable. Our offices are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant. This team of specialists has been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population and auto mechanicals, free of charge. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, so they're taking this thing down. Or they have taken this thing down with the robots. Wait, this was open. Very ominous. Maybe it's time for a hard save. Plant status. This access report brought to you by Spacer's Choice. Emerald Vale's geothermal plant operating at 22% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to Edgewater Saltuna and Botanical Laboratory. Warning, structural damage detected. Please notify your designated supervisor. Master Control Terminal. Warning, safety failure is detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Warning, redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Processing error. Power redirection function has failed. Manual override required. Please activate all 3 electrical track switches. You delivered Reed's message. Adelaide proposed that you divert the geothermal plant's output to the botanical lab, depriving Edgewater of power. The plant's master control terminal is reporting that 3 switches must be activated before you can redirect power.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Let's look for this logic module first. Ooh. Rats. Personal files. Geothermal Security Offices. Personal logs. S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Chester Higgins again. That hull head. Found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. It should be in my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. S. Tanaka. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm gonna end up a chief of security with no staff. Just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us we're safe, programmed to treat us humans like... Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know, doesn't sit right with me, but the company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Personal logs, S. Tanaka. Worst has happened. Mechanical's gone crazy. Locked myself down here. Just trying to gather my courage. Gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. Will delete this entry if I ever return. Automated message. Greetings, Security Chief S. Tanaka. This is an automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Unlock door. Warning, the facility is in a state of lockdown. Authorized passcode required. Passcode Spacer Thompson. Accepted. Welcome Art Thompson. These are not the droids I was looking for. It's all pretty useless, I gotta say.
Unexpected.
Got it.
That's the last of them.
Nice one. Poor guy. There's not a lot of regard for human life in here, is there?
Incoming!
Investigate.
Incoming!
Oh, here he is. Chief's key card. Is that what I can use for this? Chester's passcode. Who is Chester? Thought that was this guy. Bones and gears don't mix. Chester borrowed a copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need something to read down in the pit. Much obliged. C. Higgins. Mechanical log. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals, every sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to the Spacer's Choice mission of being as cheap as possible? Just in case I'm audited, I would like to formally express how grateful I am to be part of the Spacer's Choice family. Spacer's Choice is the leading brand in affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice, it's the Spacer's Choice. Mechanical log 20. Just finished the routine maintenance of our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to their logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is that these modifications were introduced to our recent refit. The company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago. I'm guessing this was the work of these visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it. Said the company knew what it was doing. Ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing by my own self. Got my hands on a logic module. Time to do a little experimentation. So this guy was onto the destruction of the plant by the robots. What? Oh, you're still alive.
Go away, Phantom! Get away! Get away! You're not real. You're not real.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Sister.
Woo! We made it!
Nice.
Where to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil? Here we go!
She's down. No permadeath. Some things you can do to make her opponent tougher, give her better armor, increase the determination skill. Okay. Man, this is a confusing layout. First I thought this was a small plant.
not real. You're not real.
Just coming to say hello.
You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom.
Why Phantom? God's mechanical engineering.
Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
I feel pretty real to me. Great, another lunatic. Sneak 30. Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Mm-hmm. You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Back away slowly. How long have you been down here, man?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh. What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender,
Chairman of the Board.
Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You were an engineer? How have you been surviving all this time? What happened to this place? You were an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them. Right, was that before or after you became a Pig Tycoon? What? How have you been living down here? This place looks like it's been abandoned for a while. What happened? Right, was that before or after you became a Pig Tycoon?
Oh, before. Definitely before. Pig Tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career.
If you've worked on these mechanicals, you must know of a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Too late. Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Somewhat.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find the logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I'll just execute myself. Excuse myself. I wanted to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
Adventures, huh? How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So you ate sprats.
Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
That's horrible. How could this have happened? And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Maybe he tried to save you.
Jimmy...
That's disgusting.
Well, yes, for the uninitiated palate. A true gourmand appreciates the Sprat's complex melange of flavors. Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
Alright.
Mechanicals lost...
That's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean, why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
I should go. Antibiotic scream.
For me.
Can I shut these off? Yes. Cool. A workbench. That's so nice. Alright, I guess that all did a thing. Why can't I get to this logic module without the key card? Never mind. Got him. Modify behavior. Select new mode. No. Select new targets. No. Auto mechanicals in this facility have been mandated to target intruders. Any attempt to alter this setting is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been noted in our permanent records. See Higgins. Please see your supervisor to schedule a reprimand. Define intruders. Define intruders as Spacer's Choice Auto Mechanicals. That was useless. Everybody's dead. As far as I know. So if I flip the third switch, will that switch it to her or the city?
Last. Yeah, huh?
Aw, come on, have a conversation. Alright, and that was that. I'll save it here and continue later. Where am I going? Let's already pick this mission. Still on Die Robot. The plant's master control terminal is reporting that tree switches in the plant must be flipped before the power can be redirected. Oh. I should now be able to redirect the plant from the master control terminal. I still haven't done that, huh? Okay. So I should go back inside. Still gonna save it here though. Continue another time. But I guess this is a perfect place to stop.
Once we do this,
Cliffhanger.
there's no going back.
Yeah, no going back. Yeah. Alright. On that bombshell, I'm out. You have a nice time. I'll catch you later.
Unique. When I love.